Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing something a bit different. So recently I've been in a bit of a makeup rut, and my first reaction to being in any kind of rut, whether it be like a work rut, a personal rut, is to declutter, clean, and reorganize my space. I've done this literally my entire life. I have reorganized my bedrooms, my dorm rooms, I've cleaned, I've decluttered like a fiend, and it always makes me feel better to just kind of have that new space that I can like claim as my own, right? I think it's time now for like a full makeup collection overhaul. And I was gonna say like, oh, it's been so long since I've done a full declutter. Really, I think it's been like 6 months. I did a whole like reorganizing my makeup collection video because I picked up another set of Alex drawers. So I do have 2 sets of Alex drawers over here. I hate how they're organized. I like woke up one day and I was sitting down to do my makeup and I realized, I was like, I hate it. And it was just like, it felt clunky. Like the way that I was keeping my makeup, the way that I was storing it, the way that I was reaching for it, suddenly I like hated it. So here we are. This is going to be a project. And if this goes like I think it's gonna go, this is probably gonna be one hell of a long video. So of course I'm going to have timestamps down below. The general plan is to first declutter my entire makeup collection because it desperately needs it, because there's so much makeup that like I'm hanging on to either because I just got it in PR or because I want to use it as a reference for videos. And to be quite frankly, like those aren't really the kind of videos that I make. So I need to be real honest with myself about like what I'm keeping and to like really KonMari it and like really only keep like what I think actually brings me joy, right? And not just keep it because, oh, I got this as a gift, or just keep it because, oh, I might use it for a video. I need to like legitimately be harsh with myself. So we're going to declutter the whole collection. I want to clean and reorganize everything. So in my time, this is probably going to be done over the course of a couple of weeks, whenever I have time. I've just placed an order for a bunch of new in-drawer organizers that fit perfectly in the Alex drawers because I was a silly, stupid person, and I bought a bunch of organizers without measuring anything, and like none of them fit. So I just wasted money. I wasted money. So this time I actually sprung and I got like not custom, but like specific like inserts, makeup inserts made for the Alex drawers, which are things that like I've always wanted. I've always wanted them, but they're expensive. So good thing I got my promotion and my raise. To be frank, if I hadn't gotten this raise, I probably wouldn't be doing this right now. But I bought all those custom like inserts. So we're going to be cleaning everything, reorganizing everything. And that's the plan. Yeah, so that's it. So, like I said, there'll be timestamps down below. Odds are this is going to be a long video. And yeah, let's see if this helps in the makeup rut. All right, before we get into the actual declutter, I want to do like a kind of quick like before review of everything that I have currently right now. So up here is a bit more of a mess than usual. I have my clean sponges, my dirty sponges. These are all of my face palettes. I pulled them out to clean the drawer and for decluttering, so those are just all the face palettes. This is everything that I've pulled for the declutter tag, which should be going live before this video. So everything that here has already been decluttered, so it won't be in this video. If you missed the tag video, I'll throw that up in the cards. These are all of kind of my everyday makeup brushes. And then down here, I've got some other makeup brushes, and the rest are in my Sigma binder. Down here, this is like all nail care, nail polishes. I've got some jewelry. I've got like my little deep conditioning caps, bobby pins, all that fun stuff. And at the very bottom, I have my makeup books and YouTube reference books. And then my empty Lush containers that I'm saving to bring back to Lush. And then my perfumes. Swiveling to the backdrop, over here, this used to be my everyday makeup basket, and now it is just different storage. Everything up here is basically really sentimental or an empty Pan That palette. So these are the 2 that I just depotted. If you missed that video, I'll throw it up in the cards. That's my empty Subculture. That's my empty Leela. This is my empty Marc Jacobs palette. I really eventually, like, especially once we have a house, I want to do these all in a shadow box and then like hang up the shadow box because they're like really sentimental to me. This is the empty Charlotte Tilbury lipstick, and then this was one of my first eyeshadow palettes ever. It's the Too Faced Boudoir Eyes palette. Down here we have my single shadows. I've got my like loose shadows over here, single cream and pressed powders. These are Natasha Denona Natasha Denona Chromium Liquid Shadows. These are all eye primers. These are all of my black lipsticks, and you know, I'm debating whether or not we're going to include these in the declutter because I need to go through them anyway for my next video, but stand by. And then this is my last drawer. Normally I have a makeup towel over here, and then whenever I check my project pans, they're in that notebook. The rest of the console table has all of my eyeshadow palettes. I used to have kind of like my favorites up here and then the rest underneath, but I pulled them all out because I really wanted to be able to see them all at one time. So these are all of them. My goal would be really to kind of get rid of this middle piece and only have enough so that like they all fit comfortably here. These are kind of like jumbled. There's a lot of them here. And to be frank, I think we could really really clean this up. Sitting at my vanity, if we look to the left, this is my setting sprays and primers and like kind of tools. I tried to buy this organizer and it doesn't fit in here and it looks messy and I hate it. But we have that. Next we have, these are all blushes, and then over here we have individual bronzers and contours. Again, I don't like this organization in here anymore. Here we have all of my highlighters. These are all of my lashes, and to be frank, I don't even really wear lashes that much, so this needs to be organized. And then down here, this is now my empties drawer, but I think I'm gonna move it back to the other side. It used to be on the bottom of the one on my right. Because here, I don't know why, for some reason this drawer is kind of smaller, which is weird because they're both Alex 5 drawers. I think this is just the older one, and this is the newer one, but anyway. Up here, this is a little bit better. I bought these organizers recently, but they don't really fit. I kind of want to use these maybe like for the lashes. I think that would work really well. Anyway, this is kind of my everyday makeup drawer. I've got basically everything I'm reaching for on a daily basis. I've got a new primer, I've got foundations, powder, my pen and palettes, everything here. I'm going to put all this back into their respective spots before we actually do the declutter. Next we have all of my foundations and concealers. Again, I tried to buy like something to like sit them upright and it didn't fit in the drawer, so I had to put it in sideways. And I don't want to say I hate it because I do like the way that it's organized when they're up kind of like that, but this clearly doesn't fit and I don't like it. So hopefully this will be decluttered and it'll be nicer. Next, this I'm pretty sick of. I need to clean this out and do something different here. These are all mascaras, powders, and eyeliners. Yeah. These are lipsticks, and while I was able to kind of jerry-rig something that worked, I don't like how mishmashed this looks, right? I've got like 4 different containers in here. I would kind of like it better if it was a bit more uniform. And I barely, like, you know, to be frank, I cannot really remember a time that I wore lipstick this year outside of filming. So I think I really need to be a bit more strict with this. So there's that. And then this last drawer, I believe, is now empty. Yeah, so I'm gonna move the empties back over here, and then that's that. So that is where we were starting out. Let's jump into the declutter. Alrighty, so starting off strong with a primer declutter. These are all my primers. I really don't have that many. There's some that I like more than others. Like this Makeup Revolution one, I am so close to like finishing it, but like, I don't want to. Like, I'm kind of sick of it, and it's not as good as the regular poreless putty. So I'm going to like clean this up because I like the spatula that it came with, and put it in the e.l.f. one because I love the e.l.f. poreless putty. This is like my second container of it. So I'm gonna keep the e.l.f. poreless putty. I'm gonna keep the Acne one. This is actually one of the other, like, see, it's almost actually empty. I need to buy another one. But I love that one. It actually does work pretty good on acne, especially maskne if you have to wear a mask a lot. Keeping those 2. I'm gonna declutter this Revolution one. Haha, alright, so that goes over there. This is getting decluttered. Alright, this Tatcha one. I really bought this mini just to compare it, because eventually I was going to do a video comparing the putty primers again, and I never really got around to it. long story short, the Tatcha is really good, the e.l.f. is really good and only a few bucks. The Makeup Revolution one is just okay. The Physicians Formula one sucked. And that's it. That is your putty primer review. So for this Tatcha one, I'm gonna keep it, but I feel like I should pan it. Yeah. That or save it for my trip later this year. Anyway, okay, moving on. This one I just bought, so I am going to keep it. This is the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base. I'm working on a project right now where like I watch all of my old BWOW videos and I figure out, you know, what are the products that I really wanted but never bought, and this is one of them. So I'm still testing it out. I'm going to keep it. Looking here, I do like this Garnier Skin Active BB cream. It's a BB cream, but I like it better as a primer, and there is a lot of product in here, and I like the way it smells. It smells like fancy sunscreen. And it has SPF 15. So I like this. I'm going to keep this one. I want to get rid of, let's get rid of these two. The Baby Skin, it's so hard because you really only need a dot size of this. This is going to be your go-to if you're on like a budget. If you're on a budget and you need a really good silicone-based like pore primer, I would go for the putty primer or for the Maybelline Baby Skin. My downside is that I end up getting way too much of this on, and if you get too much on your face, you kind of have to wash your face and do it all over again. So I'm going to declutter this to someone who can actually get some use out of it. And same here, the Clean Slate is actually very similar to the Maybelline Baby Skin. And I've got other primers that I like better. So this one's going to go. Alright, my two fancy primers. Look at how this is worn off. Can you believe that this was as much money as it was? I haven't done anything to this primer. It sits in a drawer. And everything wore off. Yeah, that's Charlotte Tilbury for you. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow. Nope, no it's not. Hollywood Flawless Filter. Thank you. I like it. I do like it. I don't like the price or the brand. I just don't. Can I just rub off the rest of it? That is wild to me that it comes right off. Anyway, I'm gonna keep this. It'll probably end up in a petty project pan like the rest of my Charlotte Tilbury products. And then this one. I actually like this. I don't think it's worth the money. I tried so many samples of this, and then eventually I wanted to buy the full size, so I bought a full sized. It's not that great. Honestly, the other primers I have work just as well. This is the YSL Touche Eclat Blur primer. It's a little flecks of gold in it. You don't need to buy this. I have it, and it's like halfway empty. So I'm going to finish this up. Okay, so this is everything that we're keeping for primers. This is everything that we're decluttering for primers. Alright, so I'm not going to declutter any of these, but I thought I would just show my current setting spray collection. These three I have open and I use right now. Normally I only have two open at a time, but I bought the all-nighter. My God, someone's speeding down my residential street. How dare you? Anyway, so normally I only keep two open at a time, usually a Fix Plus and a Milani, but I just bought the Urban Decay all-nighter because it's been years since I tried it, and to be frank, I just kind of wanted to try it again. It's alright. But I remember liking the Scandinavia better, which is silly because the Scandinavia, I believe, is like the same thing, but like cheaper because it comes directly from the manufacturer. But anyway, so I'm probably not going to buy the all-nighter again. I do want to try that all-nighter with the vitamin C. I might get that one. But these three I'm using currently, and then these are my backups because I bought the Fix Plus during the Ulta sale. It was literally two for the price of one, so I'll jump on a deal. And then it's been harder to find Milani Make It Last around me and my local CVS's and Targets. It just has never been in stock. And I finally found one, so I picked it up. So those are my backups, and those are my current setting sprays. Alright, we're going to have to do the foundations in like waves because I've got too many to just put in the screen at any one time. So let me scooch over some of these. Okay. Okay, so let's start here. I'm going to pull out the ones that like I'm definitely going to be keeping. I love the Makeup Revolution Stick Foundation. This is perfect for traveling. It's great even in the summer. I sweat a lot, and this is sweat proof. It looks amazing, super quick to apply, and you can blend it out with a sponge. Absolute favorite. I'm in shade F1 because I am Casper. Let's see. Boop -a doop. Next, I've got the MAC Studio Fix Fluid. Every now and then I like to get shade matched to prove just how Casper-y I am. As of a few weeks ago, I was N4. So this is N4. I'm going to keep that. I like having it for reference. The Dior Air Flash. It's one of the bougie foundations I really enjoy. I like that it feels cool because it's in an aerosol can. I like that it's kind of like light medium coverage. It just looks really pretty. I like it. We're keeping it. Okay. I'm gonna keep, this is the LA Girl Pro Coverage Foundation in white. It's a white mixer that I use because I am Casper, so I'm gonna keep that. I really like that though. Catrice HD Liquid Coverage. I love this foundation so much. I have, I believe, the lightest shade. Yep, 010, light beige. This is like my darkest match. It's almost too dark for me, but it works. And I love this foundation to bits, and it's so affordable. All right, let's pick out a few that I'm going to get rid of. First, right off the bat, this looked like trash on me. This is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind 4-in-1 Whipped Matte makeup. And it's the Whipped Matte that got me. It clumped up on my skin. It was a terrible shade match. It looked terrific on me, so I'm getting rid of this. I also don't like this. I wanted to try this out. This is the Dream BB Pure foundation. Also looked like trash on my skin. I wanted to try out these other foundations because I love the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless. That's the one. It's like my holy grail summer drugstore foundation. I'm realizing I don't have it, so I might have to buy it for the summer. Like, I literally buy that every year because I love that foundation. And I wanted to try the other Maybelline foundations, and they're not really that good. So this one's gonna go. Speaking of dewy and smooth, this one's okay. Like, it's not my favorite. It's not my least favorite. I know I like the matte and poreless better. So I'm gonna get rid of this. We're trying to be strict here. Be strict. All right, this I did not like as much as the concealer. This Instant Age Rewind concealer is, again, one of my holy grails. The foundation is just okay. I pulled off the little sponge tip because that's what I do with the concealer because I hate it. But no, I'm gonna get rid of this. Same for the Milani. So I picked this up because I tried this out years ago and I hated it. And I wanted to pick it up again to see, my skin has changed a little bit. I'm a little bit older. I don't have to commute for work anymore. So I wanted to see how this would perform in the best conditions now. And it still is trash on my skin, and it's still so dark. Look how, this is the lightest shade they have, and that's how dark it is. It is so dark. So also getting rid of this one. Bye-bye. Okay, this one. I have other ones that I like better, and this one, it's just meh, and I don't want to have something that's just meh. This is the Milani Hydrating Skin Tint. It's just okay, so that's gonna go. Why? Because these two, these are my holy grails. I love these. These are both from Misha. This is the Misha Perfect Cover BB Cream in 13, and this is the Misha Signature Real Complete BB Cream. As far as I can tell, I think they're almost the same. This one is just a little bit better on me. This one is like less scented than this one. This one's still pretty scented, but I look over it because it's so good. These are so good. I love them. I get them on, well, this one I got on Amazon. This one I found at Marshall's. I found this at a Marshall's in New Jersey for like $9, and it was in my shade. Like, oh my god, it was like meant to be. So those I'm keeping. e.l.f. Camo CC Cream, also surprising, like, win. I love this. This works so well. Keeping that one. Essence Pretty Natural. I'm gonna keep the Kindness Vegan Dinner locket. I haven't worn it a lot recently, so I need to try this out again, but I do want to keep it. Essence Pretty Natural. This one, like, it works well, but I feel like I have to use so much of the product for a full face. I feel like I apply like 2 or 3 times more of this than any other foundation. Do I want to declutter it or do I want to finish it? You know, I'm going to declutter it. I don't need to hold on to things just to hate pan them later. All right, Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. I have the matte and I have the dewy. To be frank, I don't remember which one I liked better. No, just thinking. No, you know, I'm gonna keep both. I don't have enough experience recently with them to give a solid opinion, so those I'm gonna put on standby. All right, so this was everything that was kind of off to the side that I couldn't fit in the original shot. The Wet n Wild Pump Makeup Blocker, I love this. This is one of my holy grails. I found that this was a dupe for the Chantecaille Future Skin Gel Foundation. So I love this. I'm keeping that. Now the rest of these. I do like this AOA Buildable Satin Foundation. This is really pretty. I like this. So I'll keep this one. I think these two are gonna go. This one, it's really pretty. It's really full coverage, but I find that I don't really need that full coverage anymore. Yeah, so I'm gonna declutter this so someone can get some really great use out of that. This AOA Studio Perfect BB Cream, to be frank, I have other BB creams I like better, and like before, this one's just meh. And I don't want to hold on to something just meh. So I'm gonna get rid of that. The Vita Glows, I think I've only tried these once, but I think they're the same shade. Yeah, these are the same shade. I don't think I need both, so I'm gonna keep one and declutter the other one. All right, and last but not least, we have the Butter Believe It foundation from Physicians Formula. What is this shade? Oh, I think I need to mix it. Yeah, you know, I'm gonna try this. I'll keep this and I'll keep trying it out, because I think that one was so hit or miss. I remember trying it and then really liking it, and then trying it again and then like it working terribly on my skin. So I feel like I need to play with it a bit more and really find out what makes it good and what makes it bad. These are all the foundations we are decluttering, and these are the foundations we are keeping. All right, these are my concealers. Let's dump them. Alrighty, so not too many concealers. This one, I think I'm gonna get rid of this one, because you see how it separates all the time? And it doesn't work as well on me like as it used to. This one's just so hit or miss. This is from e.l.f. This is the Hydrating Camo Concealer. And while this worked better for me than the regular camo concealer, I don't think it's worth it to keep it around. So, meh. A green color corrector. I have not used this green color corrector in longer than I can remember, so we're gonna declutter that. So I've got these Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Eraser. I'm pretty sure like this is the new packaging and this is the old one. That's kind of neat. And these are different shades. I'm clearly shade 100, which is Ivory, which is this one. This one looks a little dark and pinky. It's 110. But I don't know if I'm actually going to see the sun this summer, and if I do get slightly darker, I might need it. But since this is such a holy grail for me, I'm gonna keep them both. I haven't even opened these. And then what I do is, because these still are brand new, I hate these little puff things. They just don't last a long time, and I hate just the idea of like all that bacteria sitting on them between each use. So I just pull it off, and then now you just have like a regular little spigot that you could use, and it comes right out. It's beautiful. So I'm gonna take the other one off, and we'll keep those. Okay, next. You know, I'm surprised at how much I don't like this. This is the Benefit Boing concealer, and I picked this up because I was curious. This is a reformulation of an older product. The old Boing concealer was actually a color corrector. It used to be a small salmon color corrector, and I loved that thing. It was literally the best color corrector I had ever used, but they reformulated it and they turned it into a regular skin tone concealer and not a color corrector. And this kind of sucks in my skin, which is a shame because this is expensive, but it doesn't work, and I don't like it. So this is gonna go. All right, another summer holy grail. Like Maybelline, the foundations, most of them are just terrible on me, but they have their concealers down. Their concealers are so good, including this one. This is the Maybelline Superstay Concealer. This is the only other like bulletproof summer concealer, because when I start to sweat, I sweat right in the spot where my concealer meets my foundation. So both of them need to be bulletproof for me to look decent in the summer, and this is perfect. I love this. I also love the packaging. It's a squeezy tube with a little doe foot, and I love that as I get further down, I can cut this open and really scrape the whole thing out and get all the product out. And then I didn't mention it, but with Instant Age Rewind, it's a click push-up thing, so you literally push up all the product. I absolutely love product design that is recyclable and lets me get out every single last drop of product. Nothing bugs me more than when packaging prevents me from cleaning it out, getting all the product out, and recycling it. Cough, cough, Pat McGrath. Okay, next, the Tarte Ultra Creamy Shape Tape. I'm shocked by how much I like the sample, but I have been led astray by a Tarte sample before. I swear to God. It was the Hydra Sealer, I think it was. I tried 2 minis of that. Loved it. Panned both the minis. I bought a full size, and the full size product was trash on my skin. I swear they were 2 different formulas. They had to be. It just drives me bananas. So as much as I love this sample, I'm not falling for that again. I'm not going to buy a full size of this because it's too much money, right? It's too much money when I've got like other holy grail concealers I could be using. Speaking of holy grail concealers, Dermacol. My first tube of Dermacol, that was this size, took me about 4 years to finish. And I wear makeup every day. Yeah, so we're keeping this, and that'll be with me until I turn 35. All right, next I got this Pure Concealer I got in PR, and I actually like it. It's slightly too light for me, which is shocking, because normally everything's too dark for me. But I like this formula. And actually, you know, something different, it doesn't screw off or pop off. You actually have to press the little button here to open it up. I kind of like that. It's fancy. All right, next. Unfortunately, I used to love these AOA Studio liquid concealers. I think they went bad. I pulled these out to use them again, and they smelled off, and they did not work well. They like broke up my foundation. Yet they smell totally rancid, which is such a shame because I love these. But I think I've had these for a while. So I would say I love the formula. Like the formula when you first get it is beautiful. It's full coverage. It works really, really well. And I like the packaging. You can cut it open, clean it out, recycle it. But they don't last that long. I think I've had these for like a year and a half. So you'd probably have to use it within, I'd say 6 months to a year. So those are both going to go. And last but not least, I have two concealers from The Ordinary. They're different shades, so I think I'm going to test out the shades and just keep one. Because I know I like the formula. So this is 1.0 NS. Oh, that's a little light. And then this is 1.0 N. I think 1.0 N is going to be my color. Yeah, I'm gonna keep 1.0 N, and then I'm going to declutter the NS. Okay, so these are all the concealers that I'm keeping, and these are the concealers that I am decluttering. Bye. Up next, we have face powders. Now, we've got a little bit. Okay, I also have a bread thing. Let's move the bread thing. Just look at the powders. So let me see. First off the bat, so these are brand new. They're from Shop Miss A, but they're not from their house brand, and I got them in PR. I was trying to try other brands on their website, but these are just so dark on me to be face powders. They just would not match me. So I'm going to declutter them since they're literally still wrapped. Someone else can actually use these. All right, so back here. I have the Wet n Wild Bare Focus Clarifying Face Powder. I literally just picked this up and I just used it for the first time the other day. So I'm going to keep this. This Laura Mercier powder is like almost empty. Like there's only a little bit left. I think I'm going to mix in. So what I did here, I love these AOA powders, right? This one is actually a little too dark for me. So not this particular color, but in general, I love the AOA powders. So I put them in this container. This is like the translucent shade. I thought I had some of the colored shade left with these. These are in the shade Brightening, and they're just too dark for me. I can't use these on my under eyes. So these are also new. I'm going to keep them wrapped and declutter them to someone who can actually use them. I thought I had other ones to move into the Laura Mercier container, but what I'm going to do is just finish up this powder. There's only a little bit left. And then I'm going to move the AOA Studio powder into here because I like the Laura Mercier container better, and I'll keep reusing it. So I'll keep those. Do you like how this actually was like an e.l.f. container, I think? Let's take the tape off. Yeah, this was an e.l.f. powder container, and I just painter's tape fixed it. I like it. Anyway, all right, so we'll keep those two. Let's not make a mess. All right. So, Shop Miss A powders. Are these all in the same shade? Ivory, ivory, porcelain, porcelain, porcelain. Okay, so we have porcelain and we have ivory. I think porcelain works better for me, but those both work. I'm gonna keep them. I have to say, the loose powder in translucent I like. The pressed powder in translucent, it's not my favorite. It kind of gives me a white cast when I use it with a really dense powder brush. So this one I'm going to declutter. These are gonna keep. And then here I've got the MAC Studio Fix pressed powder. This is in the shade N4. Again, I got this when I got shade matched again, so I'm gonna keep this. And then I got this in PR. This is the Pure 4-in-1 Pressed Mineral Makeup Broad Spectrum SPF 15. But it's a nice powder, and I like it, and I like the packaging. Like, these Pure products, like, they feel like what I would expect out of a higher end product. It's not cheap. It doesn't feel cheap, which is what I like. So I feel like we didn't do a whole lot, but these are all the powders that I'm keeping. And these are the powders that I'm decluttering. All right, we're zoomed in a little bit too much and I can't zoom out any further, but I'll show you real quick. These are all of the mascaras, eyeliners, and brow products that I have. So I think I'll pull them out of this container and we'll go through them section by section. All right, so I feel like mascara is gonna be quick because these are all, except for this one, newer products to me that I'm trying for the first time and I have not used them yet. So I don't want to declutter them because I'll always get around to using a mascara. These are all from Shop Miss A, and these are all new to me. I believe all of these are like brand new products, and this one I just haven't tried yet. I'm excited to give these a try because if I can find another good, affordable, like go-to concealer, mascara, I'd be very happy. This is a mascara that I used a long time ago, and I honestly couldn't remember what I thought about it, so I wanted to try it out again. This one I was actually on the fence about because I tried the mini and I wasn't really a huge fan, but it came in a set with the two of them, so I might as well use it. This is the Kindness Vegan Dinner, the kind vegans who do kind things and eat veggie burgers and are very so nice. The Go Big or Go Home mascara. And last but certainly not least, we have the Essence Lash Princess False Lash Effect Mascara, which is my holy grail mascara of all time. This can go head to head with luxury mascaras and beat them out. I love this. All right, these are liner palettes that I just recently got from Midas Cosmetics. Unfortunately, they are shutting down as a company, and I've wanted these palettes since they came out. I believe they're water activated liners, and I loved how these looked. And I've always wanted something a little bit fancier for liner, so I'm going to keep these. You know, technically, these are really my only brow products, other than what's currently open, what I'm using right now. So I've got the NYX Brow Glue. I've never tried this out before. It's my first time picking it up. And I want to see if it actually holds my brows in place, because I have very curly hair, very curly brows. And I need glue to hold them in. So I'm hoping this works really good. I'm going to keep that. This, I think I've only used this once or twice, and I really do want to test it out. This is the NYX Multitasker Mixing Medium, where you could take any powder and make it a liner, essentially. So I like having kind of products like that on hand, just in case. And this one I'm actually going to get rid of because it did not work well for me. I used to use a brow pen years and years ago, but now I feel like I like a more filled in black brow, and this was also brown. Yeah, I don't like it. I also just dyed my hair blue-black again instead of having it be my natural brown-black. So this isn't going to work. So I'm going to declutter this. Okay. Eyeliners. I need to be real honest with myself here because I keep so many eyeliners and I really only use a fraction of these on a regular basis. So let's get moving. All right, so right off the bat, I think I can just go ahead and part with these. I keep them because they're a little bit higher end, but I never really use them. And I don't need to keep things that I don't use. These are two Urban Decay Heavy Metal liners, and then this is a MAC liner in brown. Right off the bat, I love my NYX Jumbo Eye Pencils. They're all messy because I actually use these a lot. So I'm gonna keep these. I have Black Bean, I have Milk, and I have Cottage Cheese. Just realized they're all named after food, aren't they? Next, I want to keep these AOA Studio face stamps. So one half is a regular liner, but I'm keeping these because these stamp. So this one is a star, this one's a heart, this is a flower. That's adorable to me and I love it. So we're keeping those. You know, I'm surprised by how much I liked this one. This is from Pixie, and this is supposed to be a shadow stick, but I use this as an eyeliner, and it works so much better as an eyeliner. And it actually matches a lot of looks I've been doing recently with my Panda palettes. So keeping this one. Okay, so let's save the black eyeliners for last, because I feel like that'll probably take a little bit. I actually want to look at those in depth. Now here, I like just having this kind of little rainbow going on here, and these NYX eyeliners are amazing. I love these so much. They're so good for your waterline, and they're very vibrant and they literally pop. They look fantastic. Now, these Shop Miss A ones, to be frank, they're not fantastic. I like the white one, so I think I'm going to keep the white liquid liner. So I tried these two, the pink and the yellow, and they really struggled to go on over any sort of makeup. Like, on top of shadow, on top of eye primer, on top of anything, they streaked. So I'm not a huge fan of these. These aren't even opened. I didn't get around to trying these. So I think I'm going to declutter these, give them to someone who can get some use out of them. And then these two, since I opened them and used them, I'm going to just throw those away. The white one I'm going to keep, because this is the only one that I've actually used this, and I like it. It actually applies pretty well on top of makeup. So we'll keep that one. And I want to keep all of these. These all work amazing from NYX. And they're traditional pencil liners where you just sharpen them and they can go all the way down. I've got white. I've got emerald cut, intense teal, cosmic yellow, pink spirit. Oh, the lids kind of come off a little bit though. Periwinkle pop, and graphic purple. I want more of these. I literally want every color that they make in this formula because I love it so much. Okay, now here's where I have to be harsh with myself because I don't need this much black eyeliner. I'm panning a black eyeliner right now, and it's literally lasting forever. It's lasting way too goddamn long. I do want to keep the Natasha Denona Star Liner because it's kind of cute. I kind of like it. I mean, is it worth the money? No, it was too expensive. But I like the idea, and I like it, so I'm going to keep that one. But all of these, let's actually, we might have to like swatch these side by side. All right, let's do the, there's only 2 black liquid liners. It's not as bad as I thought. I thought I had way more. So I have the NYX Epic Ink and I have the AOA Artista, which actually, you know what? I might keep both of these. That's the NYX is like a brush tip. It's that black. Ooh, that AOA Studio one came in black. The NYX, is that even black? It is black. It looks brown compared to the AOA one, doesn't it? That is interesting. Okay, so I'm gonna keep the AOA one. I'm kind of shocked. The NYX was like my #1 for a long time. But I'm gonna keep that and get rid of that one. Get rid of that one. Get rid of the NYX. All right, so now we have 4 black pencil liners, and I don't need 4 black pencil liners. Are these the same eyeliner? No, I think one is brown. This one. Sometimes I hate that AOA Studio doesn't... Yeah, this one's a brown liner. I don't need a brown liner because I technically have that copper liner. So I'm going to declutter this one. All right, let's look at these 3. So this is an AOA liner. This is an Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On. I'm pretty sure this was a free sample. And then we've got another pretty sure free sample, the Lancome. Now, I have a Lancome pencil that I'm panning. So I'm going to go ahead and declutter this one. I don't need to keep another one. So looking at these 2, let's see which one. This is the AOA Studio. And the, oh, that Urban Decay glided on like butter. Okay. We're going to keep the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On lip pencil, eye pencil. I lied, eye pencil. And I'm going to declutter the AOA Studio one. So this is everything that we're keeping for eyeliners. This is everything we are decluttering. Okay, so these were in a different part of my collection. I should have included them back with the eyeliners because essentially these are Shop Miss A's version of the Milk Makeup. Not Milk Makeup. What am I saying? I've been talking a lot today. These are the Shop Miss A versions of the NYX shadow sticks, essentially. I got all of these in PR, and to be frank, a lot of these shades like look similar. So let me just swatch them and we'll pick a few to keep. So this is the shade Yogurt. Oh my god. Oh, that dried out. Wow, I did not know these could dry out. I've never had a NYX one dry out on me. Yikes. Okay, so that's gonna get decluttered. Did these all dry out? That's gonna suck. No, that one's still fine. Okay. This is the shade Mellow. It's basically like close to my skin tone, so I'll keep that one. Man, I hope all these didn't dry out. This is the shade Dust. Ooh, that one dried out. See? Oh my god, these are kind of hit or miss. That's gonna get decluttered. Ooh. This one kind of popped out a little bit. This is the shade Taupe. That one's beautiful. See? Creamy. Oh my god. It's like one good, one bad here. I'll keep that one. This is the shade Dama. Ooh, that one, it looks pretty. It went on a little rough. I think that's similar to the pixie stick that I have though. So I'm gonna declutter this one. Okay, this is the shade Stunner. Ooh, that is pretty. That is pretty, and that glided on. So I'm gonna keep that one. This is the shade Noir. I don't know how I feel about that one. It's kind of boring. I'm gonna declutter that one. This is the shade Disco. Again, I don't feel like there's anything special about that. I'm going to declutter it. And then last but not least, we have Night. I kind of like it. It's like a dark gray matte liner. That's unique. Okay, I'll keep that one. So these four are the ones that I am going to keep, and these I am going to declutter. Next, we have, these are all of my individually packaged single eyeshadows, some loose, some pressed, some liquid. I've done kind of some natural decluttering here as things have dried out. I did have some Stila Glittering Glows dry out. I did have some Maybelline, CoverGirl liquid shadows dry out. So as those dried out, I got rid of them. I do think some of these other ones are dried out. So we need to go through this. Let's start over here with the loose shadows. These are two loose shadows from, these are loose shadow samples from Crow and Pebble, and they're really pretty. I like the yellow one. This terracotta, I think I have this in other shades in my collection. I really don't have that many yellow shades. I kind of want to keep this one. So I'm going to declutter the, what's the shade? Freeman? I'm going to declutter this shade and keep the yellow shade. Yeah. These two I am definitely keeping. Oh wow, that's loose. Tighten that up. These are shadows, loose shadows from Geek Chic Cosmetics, which sadly does not exist anymore. I wish I had bought more from them when they were open. But this is a dark green matte shadow with dark green sparkles in it, and it is beautiful. And then this one's just like this beautiful, light, shimmery, like grungy green. And they're beautiful. They're really beautiful. And this one's a Cowboy Bebop inspired shade. And then this one is from, I don't know what it's from, but it's called Evil Lurks. Keeping those. All right, this Stila, this was a gift from my friend Bougie Brie. And to be frank, I don't really use it. It is kind of difficult having a separate shadow like this. So I'm going to declutter this one. All right, these two Tom Fords, I actually really like. This one I got in PR and this one I purchased. This is in the shade Golden Peach. So on the bottom, it's got this cream shadow. That is, it's actually a lot of product in here. And then the top, there is a pressed shadow up top. These are beautiful. I've been using this one a lot with my Pan That palette because it matches beautifully. This one is in the shade Black Sand. So the bottom is a black cream shadow. And then the top is gold. It's really pretty. So I'm going to keep those two. I'm going to go ahead and say I'm not getting rid of any of these chromium liquid shadows from Natasha Denona. It is a damn shame these are limited edition. These should have been permanent. These are some of the best products Natasha has ever come out with, and they were limited edition. These should have been permanent. I'm going to go ahead and say I've bought 3 of the shade Infra Nude, and I've bought 2 of this shade. These I only bought once because I didn't use them as much, but they're still beautiful. I love these to death. I'm still upset that those aren't permanent. Anyway, also from Crow and Pebble, I've got these 2 eye primers, but I'm pretty sure they dried out. That sucks. That's always the downside when you have a larger makeup collection. Things can go bad and dry out on you. So I'm gonna get rid of those. I have 2 MAC paint pots. I have Soft Ochre, which is like halfway done. And then I have Painterly, and Painterly is brand new, and I think Painterly, I don't know why I keep buying it, because I think it's too dark for me. It's brand new, though. I don't know. I think I'll keep it for now, but there's a good chance I might declutter this to a friend of mine because I think I'm way too pale to be using Painterly, because I use both of these as eye primers. So I think I'm too pale for Painterly, but I'll give it at least one try and see how it looks on me. So out of the single shadowness, this is everything that I'm keeping, and this is everything that I'm decluttering. Now, this does not include my single pan eyeshadows. We're going to do those when we do my eyeshadow palettes. All right, so this is most of my lipstick. And I have to be very honest with myself here. I used to wear lipstick quite a bit before COVID, right? Ever since COVID and ever since I've been working from home permanently, I think I can count on both hands the amount of times I've worn lipstick and left the house. I really only wear lipstick now to film. And for just filming, this is too much. This is too much lipstick. I shouldn't have this much. So yeah, so this is going to be a little difficult because I keep saying, oh, I need to do this for filming. I need this for this. I need this for that. And I just need to be real honest with myself and pick out what I'm definitely not wearing, you know? Yeah. All right, so where should we start? Let's start with lip gloss. Right off the bat, you know, I don't use this as much. This is the e.l.f. and Alyssa Ashley lip gloss. I'm going to declutter that. Do I need... Okay, so I've got 3 Shop Miss A lip glosses. I don't think I need all of them. This one that has like the really bright glitter in it, I don't know if I would wear that. I think I would rather have like a regular... Yeah, I don't need this. So this one, I'm going to declutter this regular glazed one. Yeah, I feel like that's an okay lip gloss. Let's compare that to some other ones. This diamond lip gloss looks pretty. Ooh, okay. Yeah, let's keep the diamond. Why did I put this in here? This is the declutter. Declutter. I like the NYX Butter Gloss, but this is a pink one. I want a more neutral gloss from NYX. I'm going to declutter this one. These rolled over. But this is the MAC lip gloss. I actually got this doing a back to MAC. And I really like it. Yeah, so I'm going to keep that. This Dior. Wow, they're just rolling everywhere. Please stop. This Dior lip gloss it's actually stunning. It's beautiful. So we're keeping that one. I like the Oh Honey. You know, I like the Oh Honey lip gloss better than the glazed. So I'm going to keep the... Could you not roll everywhere, please? I'm going to keep the Oh Honey because I like how this one feels better. All right. The e.l.f. and Chipotle. I loved that collection. Have I worn this since? No. And I do see it like separating in there. Yeah, I really don't need that. I'm going to declutter this one. Will you close? And these are the 2 lip glosses from the ColourPop and Sailor Moon collection. Which I don't like the brush applicator on these. That's pretty. I like it. It's like a nice coral. If you can tell, I liked like coral and like orange toned glosses. That's beautiful. Okay, we're keeping both of these. Okay. But I feel better. So that's the lip glosses we're keeping. And these are the lip glosses we are decluttering. And that Dior one, I like it because it stains, and it stains your lips a really pretty color. But I'm going to have like a little orange dot on my hand the rest of this video. Let's do these. I feel like, okay, so if you're new to my channel or if I've seen my like makeup collection before, I had my lipsticks like sectioned off by color. So I had like all my red lipsticks in here. These are basically all of my lip glosses in here. I had this little bad boy that had all of my green lipsticks and my nude lipsticks. And then whatever didn't fit in one of my categories got thrown in here. Essentially kind of no man's land. And I think it's time to finally tackle this and be very honest with myself, because I have not worn anything from this drawer in years. It's crazy that I said that. It's been a while. So let's go right in, let's be honest. Ooh, this Rare Beauty like brown. That is pretty. Okay, I'm gonna keep this. And then also, I like mini. If I can keep a mini lip product over a full size, I will. I'm gonna pull out the lip liners. Let's do those towards the end. Okay. Ultra Blotted Lip. This is from the ColourPop and Sailor Moon collection. Ooh, that dried out. Ooh. Okay, we're gonna declutter that. This AOA Studio, it's a really pretty color, but am I wearing this? No, I'm not wearing that. All right. Getting it everywhere. Same for this AOA Studio. It's a beautiful purple, but do I ever wear purple lipstick? I do not. Yep, I'm not gonna wear that. This color. That is so pretty. Why don't I wear that? Okay, this one I'm gonna keep at least one. Let's look at these minis. Mini from Fenty. I believe this is Griselda. Yes. Oh, actually, okay, you know what? Okay, so there's that. Let me swatch the Rare Beauty. Is the Rare Beauty anywhere close to this? Because if it is, I should be smirched. No, those are totally different. Okay. You know, if I could go back and redo my makeup collection, I would only buy mini lip products. This is from Melt. And that's really pretty. It's actually pretty cool. It's a little bit warmer than the Rare Beauty. And they're minis. I'll keep those. Okay. This I've had for years and I don't wear and I don't use. So I'm going to get rid of this. This I have to keep. This is the Bury Me in lipsticks from the ColourPop and Sophia Nygaard collab. I love all those lipsticks. So those I need to keep. They are very much my and Sophia's aesthetic. This one. I love this lipstick, but you see how it leaks? I don't know why it does that. But it leaks. But I love this color. It's a golden color from Melt, and it's beautiful. I just hate the packaging. Like, you see, it gets all, like, gross. But that color is so pretty. And I've actually worn this for filming, and I do like, ew. Clean you. So, I don't know. Has anyone else had that issue with Melt lipsticks? I want to keep it, but that's kind of gross. All right, Hot Pink and Coral from Fenty. I don't wear it, but I look amazing in hot pink. So I think I have to keep the hot pink. So this is everything that we are keeping from this section. And this is everything we are decluttering, sans the lip liners. All right, let's look at some lip liners. Yeah. I got a black lip liner for my black lipsticks, which I actually do wear those a lot, so we're keeping that one. Do I need any of these nude adjacent lip liners? No, I don't need any of these. A red lip liner. I don't use, honestly, I'd rather use a liquid lipstick as a liner. I think that's what I get at. So those, green's gonna go too. You know what? All of those are gonna go. Minis. Minis. Again, if I could go back and restart my makeup collection, I would only buy mini lip products because you really don't need that much. I got Charlotte Tilbury and I got Marc Jacobs. I'll keep those two. So lip liners, we're just keeping nude and black, which, hey, I'm fine with. And this is what we are decluttering. Okay, these are all of my green lipsticks. There's not too many. I did do one green lipstick video. I had fun with it. Let me wipe off my hand. I still have all of these old swatches on them. All right, so Sophia Nygaard and ColourPop. I do love these lipsticks. I really don't wear Bruce, but it's pretty, so I'm gonna keep it. Next, I love this lipstick from the Sephora Stories collection. It's just creamy and it's like the perfect green, so we're keeping that one. This one from Kindness Vegan Dinner. I don't like that one. It's dry, it's matte. I'm gonna declutter this one. This is Fenty. I think this is Wasabi is the shade. It's really pretty. But is it too similar? You know, I feel like it's pretty similar. It's a little bit different from the Lip Stories from Sephora, but it's too similar for me to keep both, right? I do like how affordable the Sephora one is, though, and it's so... Okay, you know, I'll keep them both. This lip gloss, I'm shocked by how much I like it, but it's really pretty. Okay, I'll keep the lip gloss. That was from Lime Crime. This is from Menagerie. This is the Velvet Liquid. I hate their packaging. That just came apart on me. Look at the weight that's in the lid. Well, I'm gonna declutter this. Well, if you ever wanted to see what the inside of like a lipstick top looks like. Because before it used to just like, you hear that? It would just wiggle all the time. And it finally fell apart. So I'm gonna declutter that. Alright, and I have two lipsticks here from Notoriously Morbid. One is just like a traditional kind of dark green. That looks beautiful. It's almost black. It's dark green. I love that. Okay, so we'll keep that one. This one I think I'm gonna let go of. It is like a multi-chrome-ish. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of that one. So these are all the green lipsticks I am keeping. And these are the green lipsticks I am decluttering. Let's do the Shop Missays. Alright, so this section is just all Shop Missay. They came out with two new lipstick lines. And I was sent both of the lines in PR. And to be frank, I've just had so much, I have not been able to really test these out yet. So what I think is I should go through these and just pick out the shades that I think look the most intriguing, and then declutter the rest. Yeah, so this first bright red, I'm curious. That looks really pretty, like a candy apple. So I'll keep that one. This brown, let's see. It's kind of boring. Let's get rid of that one. You know, I'm not a huge fan of like not pink. For me, it's either no pink or hot like bubblegum candy pink. Anything in the middle is just kind of like mad at me. That's a nude. That's actually a pretty nude, but I have nudes. I have nudes. Let's get rid of that one. What are you? Yeah, that one's just okay. What are you? That pink is pretty. I'll keep that pink. All right, so we'll do those. Now these sticks are kind of intriguing. I think they only come in like red tones. So let's see. Oh, those are really like sheer. They feel like a lip balm almost. This might be nice to have something in like a nude kind of tone. Let's keep that one. Let's try. Ooh, that's pretty. What do I need? Let's just try the other ones. It's like a light nude. But again, I have nudes. Ooh, I have a coral though. No. Keep going back on these two. I do like, it's like a brick red. I like this one, so I'm gonna keep that one, this one. It's just nude. Okay. So out of that Shop Missay collection, I feel like I did good. I kept these four and we decluttered the rest of these. Should I do the reds or should we do the nudes? Let's take a break from red. Let's do the nudes. All right, so first of all, I absolutely adore from Wet n Wild the liquid catsuits in Nudie Patootie and Rebel Rose. This is Nudie Patootie. And that is Rebel Rose. Beautiful, perfect shades. They are not going anywhere. Next, we have shades from the, again, ColourPop and Sophia Nygaard collection. We have Mrs. Norris and Bikini Bottom. This is Bikini Bottom. That's like a perfect kind of nude for my complexion. And then Bikini Bottom. It's like a nice gray, like brown gray. Taupe, is that the word? Anyway, so those are good. These, the Pixie and the AOA Studio, I think I'm gonna declutter. The Pixie was like one of the only Pixie things I liked, but I think I've got other shades like this. Yeah, we're gonna declutter that one. And these AOAs. Yeah. Yeah. All right, and this dose of colors, I think I'm gonna declutter. It's a little too, I don't know, I feel like it's similar to the other nudes that I have that I like this Stila one. Is this similar? The Stila is a little more cool toned. What about the Fenty? Yeah, I like the Fenty. I feel like the dose of colors is a little light, so let's declutter that. I want to keep... Ooh, actually, that Fenty smells off. It looks pretty, but that smells bad. Let me pull out the other Fenties. I didn't smell those. Yeah, those don't smell bad. Ooh. It's just the nude one. Okay, I think it's because I've had the nude one the longest. But oh my god, this totally went bad. Like, it smells off. That's such a shame. I love that lipstick. But I'm gonna keep, now I wanna smell all of them. Okay, the Stila still smells good. We're gonna keep the Stila. This MAC I wanna keep. I also got this for free doing back to MAC. If you collect some empty MAC products, the Fix Plus bottles count. So keep your Fix Plus bottles. You can bring it back to MAC and get either a single eyeshadow, a lipstick, or a lip gloss. And I really do like that. I think this is the shade Flesh Pot, which sounds gross, but it looks pretty. And then these YSLs, these are pretty. I hate how much these cost, but they're like a perfect lip stain. They're beautiful. I love the packaging. I love the, it's not really a doe foot, but the applicator is just really, really pretty. And these shades are just, it's out of this world. It's out of this world. I hate how much these cost, but pretty. Look at those. Okay, so we'll keep those. So these are all the nude lipsticks I am keeping, and these are the nude lipsticks I am decluttering. All right, so now we have the last of the lipsticks. We have the red lipsticks, and now the first thing I want to do is check this Fenty one. You can actually see it still has, is it showing up on camera? The P engraved on the bottom. I briefly worked at Sephora. And any makeup products that you had purchased, you had to make sure they were labeled, so they would like literally engrave a P on it, so make sure you weren't stealing. Anyway, let's, ooh, it does smell bad. That's a shame, actually, but you know what? That P was engraved on there. I worked at Sephora in 2018. Oh boy, 2018. This thing is at least 4 years old. Okay, yep, that's gonna go. Bye-bye. Jesus. This Stila one is one I just purchased not too long ago. And it's beautiful, and I like it. Sniff. Still smells good. Yay. Okay. Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit in red is my other favorite Wet n Wild lipstick. Let's give this. Beautiful. All right, next we have the ColourPop and Sophia Nygaard Fred shade, which I believe was based on their Franken Red, which is very pretty. Going to keep this one. Alrighty, let's see. So I think this one I got in a subscription box a while ago. I don't even remember what brand it is. I think this one's gonna, yeah, this one's gonna go. We'll declutter this one. Alright, so this one I've been holding on to because it's really pretty, but this is so old. This has to be older than the Fenty lipstick, and yep, that smells disgusting. Oh my god. Yep, that's gonna go. Oh, by the way, this was the Physicians Formula Healthy Lip. I bought these forever ago. Oh, this is your reminder that lip products do go bad. Next we have a Besame product. This is the only Besame product that I own. I bought this down the Jersey Shore. This is called Red Hot Red. Very pretty. Oh, it feels a bit dry. Oh, I need to use this. I better use this up. I can't declutter this because it was so expensive. I need to use that. Alrighty. These velvet lips from AOA. I don't really wear them. Yeah, I'm gonna declutter those. Let's look at these other AOA Studio. So, okay. So this one's actually pretty old. This is the original AOA Studio Wonder Matte. So this was the original formula and the original packaging, but they were really dry. I kept this color because it was really pretty. This is the new packaging, new formula. So let's check these side by side. Yeah, this is more like a kind of corally brick red. And then this one. Yeah, the packaging just feels nicer too. I'm going to declutter the old one and I'm going to keep the newer. This Pixie one, I remember this being really pretty. Ooh, that's beautiful. And it still smells good. Smell your lipsticks, people. And then last but not least, we have the Rare Beauty lipstick. This one I think I just got last year, so this one's probably still good. And it's really pretty, so we're going to keep this one. These are the red lipsticks I am keeping. And these are the red lipsticks I am decluttering. Alright, hard to see from here, but in this basket, I have all of my face palettes. And I really want to go through these, so let's pull them all out. Okay, so Tarte Park Avenue Princess Contour Palette. This is something I really, really wanted. And it was limited edition. I didn't realize it was limited edition, so I didn't pick it up at the time. But my friend was selling it, so I bought it from a friend. Keeping this. Alright, I've got feelings about ABH. I don't know if I want to... Like, I love the glow kits so much. So this glow kit is in... It's in here because these shades just make for, like, the most beautiful, like, bronzy, glittery, bronzers and contours for the summer. So for my skin tone, I can use this as a contour, this as a bronzer, this maybe as a bronzer, maybe a blush, and then that could be, like, it's almost too dark for me to be a highlight, but it still looks really pretty. But I don't like what ABH has become. Now, that being said, these are all depotable. I mean, they pop right out. So what I think is, for now, I'm going to keep them in the packages, because I have almost every ABH glow kit. I think I'm going to keep all of them, and then eventually I think I'm going to buy a big Z palette and just take them all out and put them in the Z palette. I like that idea. I think I'm going to do that. So this is going to keep for now, because honestly, I love the formula. They're so good. I hate that they're so good, but they're good. All right, Profusion Sculpt and Glow Palette. I love these. These are super affordable, and these are basically comparable to the Smashbox formula. That contour trio, freaking love it. So this one I have from Profusion, I'm going to keep. There's two more that I have that, to be frank, they just overlap because they're pretty much the same shades, and I want to get rid of those. So this one is Golden Nudes. I don't use it as much as I use the big palette, so this one's going to go. The highlight and contour, I actually have pan in this one, but you know, these are basically the same shades. Like, these are quite frankly the same shades, and I think I'd go for the big palette more. So I'm going to declutter the smaller boy. We're keeping the big one. I love Lorac, and this is like a blush and highlighter palette, and I really like this palette. I'm going to keep this one. This one I'm going to declutter. This is from Makeup Revolution. This is the Pro HD Powder Contour. I also have pan in this. It's a really good formula, but I have a lot of face palettes to get through, and I think between Makeup Revolution and Profusion, I like the Profusion better. They're both really good options, but if I had to choose, I would choose the Profusion. This one's going to be an easy no for me. This is the ABH Cream Contour Kit. I bought it at Marshall's forever ago, and this is an ABH product that is an easy let go for me. So I'm going to get rid of this one. This one I'm definitely keeping. This is the Physicians Formula Ultimate Butter Box. I'm just now realizing that they put the sticker on crooked. Do you see that? That bugs me now. Anyway, so it's the butter box. I love this thing, other than like these kind of shaky plasticky bits, but we have all of the bronzers, we have all the highlighters. There's a mirror in here, so this is actually really nice if you're traveling, because you literally have like a full face in here. All the eyeshadows that came out at this point the box was released, blushes, and then there's lip products in here. That's the only thing I don't like, is the lip products. To be frank, I think I just need to get all these out because I'm pretty sure these are not good anymore. But I love the rest of the box, and I'm gonna keep it. Alright, so this is the newest palette I've brought in. This is the Milani Face Palette, and to be frank, I don't think I've used this yet. So I need to test this out before I make a decision. This I love. This is from Lunatic Cosmetic Labs, and this is the Contour Book number 1. I really want to pick up the Contour Book number 2, but these were expensive. I had to save up for this, and I bought this one secondhand. I really like it. I enjoy it. So I'm gonna keep these. Alright, now it's gonna get a little bit tougher. These little mini Lorac palettes, they're so pretty. But I need to get rid of some face palettes. I can't have this many. So let me pick one. Which one of these would I use more often? This one has a black. I do like that. Okay, let me actually like look at these side by side. I don't know what I'm more likely to use. Bronzer. I kind of like this one. I like the fact that there are neutral shades, but I like the burgundy in here. But, you know, Monica, you have that burgundy in one of your bigger Lorac palettes. Okay, I'm going to keep the Beverly Hills one, and I'm going to declutter the DTLA one. Yay. Okay, now looking here. Smashbox, I love this palette. Yeah, it's just, I love, I love the formula. I love coral blushes. I love everything about this palette. I made a video on this way back when, and it was so bad, it was so blown out, you couldn't see anything, because that was back before I got actual good lighting. So I won't link it, but I like this and I need to keep it. Alright. Okay, this is going to be hard. Okay, so I like this palette a lot. Midas Cosmetics is closing down. I think I'm going to declutter this. Yeah. You know, I didn't use this too much. I think I can clean this up and I might sell this one. Just because I know someone's going to be really happy to get their hands on this. So let me declutter that one. And now we have 2 Tarte palettes. Ooh, that's so pretty. Okay, this one I cannot get rid of. This is the original Clay Play palette. I love this palette so much. Like, I cannot believe how much I love this palette. So I'm going to keep this. This one I was on the fence about because I have another Tarte palette, but I just something about this eyeshadow trio that just gets me, and the blush, Tarte blushes are phenomenal. Yep, okay, so I'm gonna keep that too. Alright, now, last and least, we have an Hourglass palette. This is, oh, hello. Hi there. This is the Hourglass Ambient Light Edit. This came out in, I want to say 2018 or 2019. And I almost hit pan in the highlighter over here. I don't want this anymore. I thought about, I threw around the idea of hate panning this, petty panning this, but I don't think I have the energy for it. I think I'm going to sell this one. Yeah, I think I'm going to clean this up really nice and just get rid of it. I'm not a fan of Hourglass as a company. They're a luxury company, and they, despite putting out multiple face palettes, everything, they do not put out anything for people of a darker complexion, which is ridiculous. You know, considering the complexion ranges that we should be used to now, considering brands that are much less prestige coming out with full complexion ranges, and they come out with 2 palettes that only I can use, I being an N4. Yeah, so I'm done. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of this. Bye. Okay. Alright, so these are all the face palettes I'm keeping. Still a lot of face palettes, but I think face palettes, other than eyeshadow palettes, are like my favorite part of makeup. I just love a good face palette. So these are the ones that I'm keeping. And these are the ones that I'm decluttering. So this is the insert from my blush drawer. We have mostly liquid and cream blushes, like loose blushes, powder blushes, and then these are some individual pan blushes. So let me go ahead and take them out of here and let's go through them. Okay, I want to start with like the individual like powders first, and then move over to the creams and the liquids and the loose. Because what I really want to do is kind of eliminate like shade overlap. Like I'm sure I've got like multiple versions of like the same pink or the same kind of light nude in here, and I really only need like one of each kind of shade. One thing I do love is this Doja Cat and BH Cosmetics, I think it is. Yeah, BH Cosmetics palette. I love yellow blush, and these shades are just really, really pretty. This is like a really pretty, like, neutral, warm neutral, and this one is just a really beautiful, like, maroon, but it looks really, really pretty. So I'm definitely keeping this little palette. I might try to keep it open over here so we can kind of just keep an eye on the shades that we're keeping. So these I really want to keep because these are from my custom face palette I made out of a bunch of eyeshadows, including some of my 2020 Pan That palette. So I want to keep these. Looking over here though, I think these two can go. These are from a BH Cosmetics 10 pan blush palette, and I depotted it, but really I've got these shades like over and over, pretty sure, in this collection. So I'm going to declutter these two. And then these are also from that same BH Cosmetics palette. I'm pretty sure I have a liquid blush that's this hot red, and I don't think I need a powder blush. And this, while it's really pretty color, kind of have something similar, not as bright here, but I don't know, I feel like I don't use this one as much. And I have a purple, I've got pinks, so yeah, so let me declutter here. If anything, I would like to get all of my individual blushes kind of in one Z palette, then make things a lot easier for me. Alright, again, like another pink. This one is from the ColourPop and Sailor Moon collab, which to me is just really nostalgic. Packaging is adorable, and it's a really pretty blush. Let's see, compared to, honestly, I think it's pretty similar to this one and the, let me see the Down Boy. Those one's really pretty and pale. I think these two from AOA Studio can go. They're really, really pretty, but I think I've got similar shades in my collection. These are beautiful baked blushes, honestly. If you know what they could do, I really want them to come out with like a palette of these baked blushes. I think they'd be beautiful, but I think I've got overlap, so these are gonna go. These are very similar in tone, but you know, this one is really more of a blush lighter. So I'm an indie makeup brand, and I don't really wear it because it's like, it's too glowy to be a blush, but on my complexion, I'm so pale, it's like too dark to be a highlighter. So I really can't wear this. Yeah, I'm gonna declutter that one. Okay, so I'm going to keep the Sailor Moon one. I like that one. And these two, I thought they were going to be similar, but they are different enough, I think. So I'm going to keep both the Cover FX duo in Mojave Mauve and the Balm Down Boy blush. I know they have really cute blushes, and I like that one. So let's keep those. I love, this is Milani Luminoso. It is a cult classic for a reason. I just don't like the packaging. It's kind of got like that chunky drugstore packaging, right? But I really like this, so I'm gonna keep it. Okay, looking over here, I kind of wanted to compare this, the Cover FX. This is Cover FX duo in Soft Peach. And I think this might be close to this, and I kind of want to swatch them. Yeah, those are very similar. I kind of want to keep the Cover FX duo, so I think I'm going to declutter this Tarte blush. Put that over here. We'll keep that duo. And then this one, actually, this looks kind of similar to that one, doesn't it? Let's do a quick little swatch. Oh, wow. One has a slightly, like, warmer undertone, but really they are very similar. Okay, I'm gonna declutter that one too. I mean, I've got it basically right there, which eliminates a whole Z palette, which is fantastic. Hell yeah. So we've got these, the ColourPop, the two Cover FX duos. I love these duos. I got them during an Ulta sale, so they were half off. The Balm and the Milani for individual, like, pressed powders. These are what I have for loose blushes. This one I want to keep. This is from an indie brand that no longer exists. It's called Geek Chic Cosmetics, and this is the loose blush in Let Them Eat Cake. And it's honestly, I don't wear it that often, but it is a beautiful hot pink loose blush, and I love the portrait of like Marie Antoinette on the top. It's just, it's beautiful. And I just spilled some. Here, you know what? You want to swatch? There we go. Made a mess. So I'm going to keep that one. And for these loose blushes, I need to go in. These are all from an indie brand out of the UK called Crow and Pebble, and I love them. But again, I think I do have some overlap in the pressed powders that I just kept. So I'm going to take a quick look. I might pull a couple of those back out just to swatch. So right out the gate, I think this mauve might be very similar to the Cover FX. So let me pull that out right quick. Yeah, we're looking very similar. So let me do a quick swatch comparison here. Ooh. I have to say, between them, I kind of like the loose one better. Let me also swatch like the highlight on top. Wow. I don't think I've swatched these side by side before. I like that one better. And I thought I was going to keep the Cover FX duos because I liked them so much, but I like this shade better. Okay, we're going to knock out the Cover FX, and I'm going to keep this one. And I will say, I love Crow and Pebble, but their shade names can get kind of like long. Like this one is called Friend of Flowers, She Who Keeps Love Hidden. I'm like, just can we have maybe a shorter name? But I do like it. Okay, let's see. We have, I think this is the only other one that would have something similar in the pressed powder. Nope, that's not. Well, actually, this might be close. No, that's lighter. I don't have anything else very orangey. Nope. Okay, so these are all pretty unique. So we just do a quick swatch. These are all beautiful. And this will last me forever. Loose blush goes so far. So I'm going to keep all three of those. I gotta say, I'm shocked by how much I like that more than the Cover FX. Another downside is they get very messy. I got blush all over the table. So these are all of my liquid and cream blushes. Over the last like 2 years, I fell in love with liquid and cream blush. I never really was a huge blush fan. And then especially wasn't really into liquid blush, but I love it. And so I just kind of went ham. Bought whatever kind of like inspired me. And I know I have overlap here. So I really want to go in, swatch, compare, and be a little strict here because cream will go bad faster than other products. So let's go through, and right off the bat, I'm going to keep this Fenty cream blush because it's this beautiful hot orange and I don't have anything else like it. So we are keeping that one. Let me open up these e.l.f. ones. That is pretty. That one, I feel like I've got that over here or something. So, oh no, those are hot. This kind of looks like that one though. I'm going to try and pick out what I want to swatch like next to each other or what looks unique. Okay, again, off the bat, I want to keep, this is my only like pure red blush. This is from Rare Beauty. I'm going to keep that one. And do I need a purple? I kind of wish I had gotten these in like a mini, like these ones are. But this is pretty. I do like it. Okay, I'm going to keep the 2 full-size Rare Beauties. And let's go through and start swatching these. I think these AOA ones, they're a decent cream blush, but I like their liquid blushes better. So I think I'm going to declutter the AOA cream blushes and stick with their liquid ones. Okay, so let's start swatching these. So these are the AOA Studio Color Flush liquid blushes. And they are very pretty and they apply very nicely. But I want to make sure I don't have too much color overlap. Okay, so this warm, like, terracotta, I don't think I need this one. This one's gonna get decluttered. This one, it's a little dark for me, I think. I don't know if I would be wearing that. I mean, it can blend out, and I really don't have anything with that kind of undertone. Okay, I'll keep that one. The other ones I want to swatch next to these Rare Beauty ones first. So let's start swatching these. That one's just a really pretty, like, light pink. These two are pretty close. Don't know if I would need to keep both. One's a little darker than the other, but that's pretty. Though I think this one looks a little similar to that one. And you know, oh wow, not even close. That one is close to this one. So I think I'm gonna keep the Rare Beauty and I'm gonna declutter this e.l.f. Putty blush, because those are pretty close in shade and tone. Okay. And this one actually looks pretty close to this one. So I think this is the Color Flush here and this Rare Beauty. Yeah, those are pretty similar. I think I'm gonna go with the Rare Beauty and we'll declutter this AOA. And then there's this last Rare Beauty one. Looks kind of similar. Oop. No, it's not that one. So that putty blush, don't really have anything. Well, let me swatch this. Because once you actually blend it out, it looks pretty red and not as like purpley. Oh no, this is like a hot red right next to it. Okay, so I think I'm going to keep the e.l.f. Putty Blush because I don't have another shade like that one. And, you know, this Wander Beauty one, I got this in a subscription box. It's pretty, but I don't think I need it. So I'm going to declutter that one. And then the Kaja bento boxes. This is really cute. So yeah, so I'll keep this, and then I'll keep these last ones that we swatched, the two mini Rare Beauty, and then this AOA Color Flush. So these are all the blushes I am decluttering, and these are all the blushes I am keeping. I don't have as many, but these are all of my individual bronzers or contours. Let's see, for these two, these are both from the Balm. This is the Bahama Mama bronzer, and this is the Take Home the Bronze, which I think they had to rename all of these due to copyright. But the Bahama Mama, it just, definitely right now, it's just too dark for me. So I'm going to declutter this one, and I'm going to keep this one. These last two individual ones, this one is a Smashbox bronzer from their, you know, the trio kind of palette. And then this is a Milani Baked bronzer, which I love the Milani Baked bronzer. It's one of the most natural looking bronzers. It's beautiful. But the packaging sucked, and so I depotted it, but it was almost worse out of the package. So they got to work on that packaging because I love the product, and you get a whole ton of product. This thing is huge compared to like my palm. But it is kind of a pain in the butt either way. But I'm going to keep them. I like those. I only have one cream bronzer, and it's this putty bronzer from e.l.f., and I like it, so I'll just hold on to this one. This palette I picked up because it was newer, and I've been like meh about like Wet n Wild face products, but this is just like okay, and I don't need to really hold on to it, so I'm going to declutter this one. All right, this Stay Matte powder, this is in shade 004 Sandstorm. Once upon a time, I used this as a face powder, but I'm no longer that dark. So this is now a bronzer, and I do like this powder, so I'm going to keep this one. The Kylie bronzer, this is another one where it's like, it's okay. I wanted to try it because there were other Kylie products that I really liked. It's just okay. I don't know. I feel like Kylie products, like I've got a highlighter and I've got a bronzer. I feel like this is going to be the next one in my Petty Project pans coming up soon, but I'm going to hold on to that one. Speaking of Petty Project pan, this is my very messy, I didn't realize it was going to be that messy, Film Star Bronze and Glow from Charlotte Tilbury. Charlotte Tilbury? Why did I say it like that? That's what happens when you film after you work a full day. But I've already got pan in this, and I need to, like the Petty in me needs to finish it. So I will be finishing that at some point. Okay, so these three AOA Studio Perfect Pressed Powders, say that 5 times fast, are just all darker shades. I wanted to test and see if they would work as bronzers, because they really don't have any, like, powder bronzers. So I wanted to try these, but I never opened them and actually swatched them. So let's take a look and see which one would actually work as a bronzer on my skin tone. This one, I'm going to go ahead and say it's already a little too dark. Yeah. Let's see, this one, that one's a little light. I almost feel like I wish like these two were mixed. Like this one, I feel that's almost a face powder on me, I think, maybe. But this one, it did. I'm surprised it didn't kind of blend out as well as I hoped it would. That's a little orangey. Why are you not blending? That one's really close to like my skin. That could almost be a blush. Okay, I feel like the only one that would really work for me is the one in the middle. So I'm gonna try that one and see how it works. The other two I'll declutter. So these are the individual bronzers slash contours that I am decluttering. And these are the ones that I am keeping. Okay. This one's gonna be difficult for me. I think this is probably gonna be the hardest. These are my highlighters. I love highlighters. I do. And I've got quite a few. I know there's overlap in here. I know that there is. And I need to be harsh with myself to get through this. So let me take this out and let's get started. Okay, I feel like I need to split this into sections again. So let's do like the individual pressed ones. And then we will, ooh, that one's broken. Okay, so this AOA Studio broken highlighter, I'm gonna just go ahead and declutter. So I think I've already had to repress that one. Okay, so right off the bat, the liquid highlighter from Rare Beauty, I don't use liquid highlighter. I really don't. So this one's gonna get decluttered. Let's do the 3 loose highlighters first. This one, I just need to throw into an abyss. This loose highlighter from Kylie, I've literally decluttered and like saved from the declutter pile at least 3 times. And I still don't use it, so it needs to go. This loose highlighter from Crow & Pebble, I've got plenty of highlighters. And while I do like loose highlighter, I definitely prefer a pressed formula. So I'm going to declutter this one. This is the only loose one I think I'm going to keep. This is another one from Geek Chic Cosmetics, and this is the Moon Tiara Stardust highlighter. And this one's just like a really pretty and unique like silver, like pure silver highlighter. And I do love it. So I'm going to hold on to that one. Okay, let me try and group these. Yeah, let's see, like Milani. Let's do like higher end, lower end highlighter. I literally have 3 of. Jesus. Okay, so all of like my lower end kind of drugstore highlighters. Let me swatch a few of these side by side. Like this Wonder one and this Perfect one, they look very similar, so I don't think I need to keep both of those. Yeah, they're very similar tones. This one's just a lot more toned down than this one. So I'm going to declutter the Wonder. Let me just do both the Wonder Baked highlighters. And I'll keep the Perfect Pressed highlighter. And this is in the shade Empress. Let's check out these Halo highlighters. See, I don't know how much I would use something like that. So I think that one can get decluttered. This one looks very pretty. That one's beautiful. All right, so let's declutter this one. Keep an eye on this one. I want to swatch it next to the Milani here and then the Essence. That Milani is beautiful. And so is the Essence. The Essence doesn't really swatch well, but on it looks beautiful and amazing. So I think these 3 I'll keep. This one I'm keeping because it's a great highlighter and also very sentimental. This is one of the first highlighters I ever bought, and it's just a great highlighter. It's the Physicians Formula and Shimmer Brick, and up here is mainly where I tend to use it because I am pale. But people who are a bit darker in complexion can kind of use down here or swirl, or if you're like me, use down here for eyeshadow or bronzer. Again, the packaging is a little clunky. I don't need this brush. Why is this brush in here? But it's kind of cute. I don't know. I think it's just the nostalgia that's really getting me here. Alrighty. I want to be harsh with myself here. If you couldn't tell, I have 3 of a single limited edition highlighter from Becca. And I've already panned a full highlighter. Yeah, okay, so this is the Becca Royal Glow highlighter. And I fell in love with this highlighter hardcore a few years ago. And it was limited edition. I don't know if you can get it. Well, definitely not, you can't get it because Becca's closed. But these I love. And this one's still like in the box. I went and I purchased One from QVC, right when it was first released. And then these two, I think I bought one more from QVC when it was available again, which might be this one. And then these last two, back when Becca announced they were closing, and I knew I never would get it again, I like panic bought on Poshmark. And I do love this highlighter. It's literally the only one I have like multiple backups of, which is a bit excessive, but I love it. So I'm gonna keep those. Should I take it? No, I don't want to take it out of the box because then it's hard for me to tell which from which. I should number them on the bottom, shouldn't I? Anyway, keeping those, but here is where I want to get strict. Because I know these I'm kind of keeping because it's Becca and now they're like limited edition. This MAC one was a huge regret of mine. I bought this. This is the Extra Dimension Skin Finish and Whisper of Guilt, and I regret this purchase. I bought this because this was like a limited edition, like Beauty Guru Holy Grail. And then it went out of stock and it was unavailable for years. And then it came back in stock and like 4 of the beauty gurus that I followed said that, oh my God, it's their Holy Grail. They love this highlighter. You have to go and get it. And I fell for it, hook, line, and sinker, and I bought it. And it's just an okay highlighter, really. So I think I'm going to clean this up and I'm going to sell this one. As for these Becca highlighters, I don't know if I need to keep these. There's one of these that has the green, what is this one? Gold flashes, pearl flashes gold. That's pretty though. Oh, that's pretty. Okay, I think this one's opal flashes jade. Oh, I can't get rid of that. That's beautiful. This one, I think I'm gonna get rid of this big one. What is this big one? This is Moonstone. Yeah, I'm going to declutter Moonstone. I'm going to clean this up and probably sell it too. And I'll keep these 2 little babies. Okay, getting into highlighter palettes. I have another duplicate here. This was actually a mistake by the brand. When they shipped me my order, they accidentally sent me 2 and they just let me keep it. This is Lunatic Cosmetic Labs, and this is the Here Lies Your Face palette. And I freaking love it. It's like a little tombstone. It's the cutest thing ever. So yeah, I mean, I would keep this just for the packaging, which is kind of why I still have it here. And I didn't feel good selling it or, you know, doing something like that because it was like literally kind of like a free product. So I think I'm going to hold on to them. All right, this Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Palette. These are really great highlighters and they're really affordable. Don't think I need the palette anymore though. I bought it because I love the highlighter formula and it was on sale. It wasn't even $14.99. It was cheaper. But yeah, I'm gonna clean this up and probably sell this one too. Time to let go. Here's where I really want to be harsh with myself because these are my individual highlights and these are all the ABH glow kits that I have. And I know I don't use all these highlights. So I want to go through some of the bigger palettes. They actually have things you can pop them out. So I think I want to go through them. Do they all? Not all of them pop out. Yeah, but I really want to go through here and like see if there's overlap and be harsh. This is the Kylie highlighter. I kind of want to keep it and pan it because I've used a lot of it. Like most of the imprint is worn off. And this is the one Tarte highlighter I have and it's actually very pretty. I want to keep that one. Now these 2 are kind of similar. Well, one's purple and one's blue. I don't really wear blue tinted looks. You know, to be frank, I really don't use this one as much ever since I hit pan in it. It's just really cool because it's from the Gothographic Wet n Wild collection, so it has a skull in it. But am I really wearing it? No. All right, I'm going to declutter these 2. And let's get into these. All right, so that Dream Glow kit is messy. Okay, so let's start right off the bat with the Moonchild kit. I actually use the shades in this kit more often than any other individual kit. So I think this one I'll keep, and I'll keep it intact here. But the rest of these, I know I don't use all of these. Like in the, let's do the Nicole Guerrero first. I only use this light shade and maybe this shade. Maybe. That's if I'm being nice. Can I just pop it out? Not magnetic. I'll add a magnet to the bottom, but Yeah, that worked. All right, and the rest of these I really don't use. Would I use this orange one? No, it falls into that same issue where it's probably too dark to be a highlight, but too glowy to be a blush. That looks pretty. Yeah, I'm gonna let it go. All right, so that's all I use from here, so the rest of this can go. Let's look, we are already keeping this one. Let's look at the Dream Glow Kit. This gets so messy, these shades. I really think the only ones I use are like these three. Let's see, Wish, that's beautiful. Sunshine, which is the yellow. Shit, that's beautiful. And then Magic. Those are beautiful. Okay, so I think I'm literally just gonna pop those three out because I don't use the purple, I don't use the pink, and this one it's like a that one's not that too special. Okay, so let me pop those out. Oh, right there. Ooh, that one's magnetic. Why isn't this one magnetic? That's so weird from two different glow kits. But this one's magnetic. Hello. Let's do Magic next. Yeah, the trick is to really get it in there and then like rotate it. A little paper stuck to the back of this one. Yeah, but that comes out really clean. And boom, magnetic. Loving it, loving it. All right, last but not least, we got little yellow, little blello. Haha, success. Beautiful. And then look, we got a little quad now. This one's not magnetic, so it's kind of throwing off my groove, but I'll put a magnet on that. And then look at this cute little quad. I like that so much better. Yeah, so this is getting decluttered. Oh my God, that made a mess. Now, for this last one, the Sugar Glow Kit. Pretty. That one's a little pinky. I know I really like Marshmallow and Starburst. Okay, so like I know I technically talked about this in the face palette section, but this is the Sun Dipped Glow Kit. And what I kind of want to do, these just pop right out. So I don't use Butterscotch and I don't use Gumdrop, but I do use Marshmallow and Starburst. So I kind of want to pop those out. You know, I want to keep like these. So then this is just like one full glow kit with all of those, and I can keep this. And then these, since I really use those as like glowy bronzers, they're really pretty. So like these, I kind of want to pop into where I'm gonna have my individual bronzers and contours. So like these could pop right in here. Move that down. Yeah, like that. So then we can get rid of the full glow kit packaging along with those two dark highlighters. And so we have this, we have the 4 there, and then we have these. I like that. I like that a lot. So these are the highlighters I am decluttering. And these are the highlighters I am keeping. I'm really happy with this. You know, I was a lot stricter with myself than I thought I could be, and I'm happy. Alrighty, moving on to lashes. For someone who rarely wears lashes, I have way too many. To be fair, a lot of these are sent to me in PR, if not most of these. So, yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and say anything that I've worn too many times that looks like it's about to fall apart, kind of like these Ritas from AOA Studio or these Elizabeths from AOA Studio. I gotta say, AOA Studio has bomb lashes and they're really cheap, so they work. You can wear them multiple times, they last. But I'm gonna go ahead and just start getting those out. So I'll declutter those two. These have not been worn, these are new. These are new. These are new. And even though these aren't in the packaging, a lot of these are new. I just took them out of the packaging because the packaging is very bulky. All right, we'll go through all of those next. Okay, so let's start with the AOA Studio lashes. I really like a nice cat eye, like these Ritas. So I think I'm gonna keep a few of those. These ones are full rounded. I'm not a huge fan because I have really hooded lids and those don't look great on me. So I'm gonna declutter these. Let's look at these premium lashes. A lot of them are a little too big for my eye, I think. Yeah, so I'm gonna declutter these, the premium lashes. They're just too big for my eye shape. I have very small hooded lids. These Ritas are nice and cat eye. I like that. Keep those. The Arias, they look a little big, but they are flared, so I'm wondering if those will work. I haven't worn them yet, so I kind of want to try those. These roses look really pretty. I'm gonna keep those. And then these Madeleines, they looked out there. Don't they look cool? I don't know if they would fit my eye, but I kind of want to try them. So I've not tried those yet. These ABH lashes were sent to me in PR, and I didn't really like them. They were just okay. So I'm gonna declutter those. All right. Let's do, should I do Glamnetic or Cavalli? Let's do the Cavalli ones, because I really liked the Glamnetic ones. All right, Cavalli lashes. I got these in PR and they are really, really nice, but very, very dramatic. I'm gonna keep these. These are kind of your traditional flare outs. These are, what are you? The Collies. I'm gonna declutter these kind of big ones. These colorful ones are really pretty and they're kind of nice to have if I really want to do an editorial look, so I'll keep those. As for these look a little big and out there. These ones aren't flared. Those look a little too big for me. These ones, they look big, but at least they've got that cat eye look to them. So I think I'm gonna keep these, and then I'm gonna clutter these two. All right, so on to the Glamnetics. I think out of all the lashes, the Glamnetics are my favorite. I really do like the magnetic lash, and they're just really pretty and they don't look too dramatic, which to me is a big win. So I actually, you know what? I think I'm keeping all of these. And I like the packaging on these. They're nice, but they're not too big, but I like that they're square so they'll actually stack, you know? And I like that they pull out very nicely. Yeah, I've worn all of these multiple times and they still look good, except these ones, they open up. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep all of those. All right, last but not least, I wanted to go through the lash glues and stuff that I have, because I'm sure most of these are dried out. Yep, that one's dried out. This duo glue, oh, you can see it. Yeah, that's dried out. This is Cavalli Lash Glue. Oh, it feels like it's dried. Oh, hey, it's still kind of kicking. Doesn't feel that great. Cavalli Lash White. Hold it on. Oh, and then the AOA Studio one, I did not like that glue, so we're gonna declutter that. And let me wipe this off before I make a mess. So these are the lashes that I am decluttering, and these are the lashes I am keeping. You see what I meant about like the Glamnetic lashes just being so perfect to store? I love this. All right, so before we move on to eyeshadow palettes, I really want to go through my individual eyeshadows, because I have to be really honest with myself. I don't think I ever use these. Yeah, I mean, they just kind of sit there. They don't really get any use. And yeah, I just need to go through these. I really need to just pick out shades I know I could not only use, but like pan, like get actual full use out of. So let me get a smaller palette to start moving these into, and let's get started. Let's start with this. I don't know. I mean, I'd like to limit myself to here, but let's see. All right, so right off the bat, black. I know I could always use a black shade. I use them as liner. I use them in my hairline. I use them in my eyebrows. So you can't even really see them. The two black shades down here. This looks like it could be a shade to set my eye primer. So theoretically, I could get a lot of use out of that. Let's go ahead and pull out the like red and orange shades, because I know I won't use those enough. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that gold. Yeah, and then also over time, I know singles used to be all the rage, but I tried so hard and I would look up videos. I never knew how to like curate singles, and I never got any better at it, to be frank. I didn't really. So I just kind of picked out what was pretty, what really called to me. Like this, I could see using this as an all over lid shade quite a bit, so I'll also keep that one. But I never really got better at it over the years. I just kind of started collecting stuff and thought that that meant I was good at curating, but it actually meant the opposite. So like this actually looks kind of similar. Let's see. Oh no, that's like a brown, like matte kind of shade. That's kind of boring to me. Yeah, let's go through all the kind of the boring shades, if you will. Like the browns. Don't know why I kept individual brown shades. I've got plenty of those in palettes. I really like this light green, so I'm gonna keep that one. These yellows, I'm not gonna use those yellows. All right, the blues. Let me separate the blues from the greens. This is kind of a blue. All right, let's see. Oh, that's beautiful. Let's keep the shimmer. Those shimmers are very similar, but this one's a bit more vibrant, so I'm gonna keep that one. Actually move the blue to come over here next to the green. Maybe kind of try to build something over there. All right, now these greens. These are where I think are my weakness, because I do love a good green eyeshadow. So let's see. That's pretty. We're gonna keep that one. Let's see if I can try to like make a color story out of this. That one is just meh. Let's get rid of that one. That's another just kind of meh one. That's beautiful. I'm gonna keep that. Oh! And too big. Let's try that one. That's pretty. That one looks kind of similar to that one. Let's get rid of that one. This one's in the middle. I think these. Let's try these. I think this is the only one. Alright, so we went from having this full of shadows to this. Let me try to clean it up a little bit, make it look nice. So this is what we have for my singles that I think I'm actually going to use. And these are all the single shadows I am decluttering. Alright, so it's finally time to start going through the eyeshadow palettes, and I think this is going to be the most difficult part of this whole process because I have eyeshadow palettes all the way down there, and these are the most, you know, sentimental part of my collection, but I have so many and I don't use all of them. I really need to like stop holding on to things either because they were PR or gifts or like I feel like I need to for a future video because I don't. Like I'm not making that future video. Like if I didn't like the PR, why am I keeping it? You know, all that stuff. So this is the declutter I'm actually going to do in the space because I really want to be able to see all the palettes and see, you know, where is their overlap. And see how much space I'm really gaining by decluttering. So I think we're going to start all the way over here to the left and just work our way down. And for the most part, I think this is, I tried to do my best to organize this by brand. So hopefully that'll make this a little bit easier too. Oh, this is so dusty. So starting off, the first palette we have over here is the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe palette. I kind of hate how much I like this palette. It's a really good palette. You know, I struggle. I almost panned. I decided to almost pan this year. And I think either next year, either if it's going to be a pan that palette or if it's going to be a different project pan, I want to pan this. So I am going to hold on to this because I still really do like it. I'm going to have to start shifting things this way. Next we have the BH Cosmetics Zodiac palette. I have the Crystal Zodiac, which I believe is palette number 3. I do love these palettes, honestly. So these, I think I'm going to keep all of them. The Love Signs palette, beautiful. And then the one, the only, the original palette. So far we're keeping those, though I think our next palette down here is going to be the first one we're finally going to declutter. It's this one. So this is the ABH Norvina Pro Palette 4 or whatever. I did a video comparing this to the original Norvina palette and I liked the original better. And I don't like these bigger, newer palettes from ABH. So this one's going to get decluttered, and because I got that in PR, I'm not going to sell it. I'm probably going to give it to one of my cousins. Next, this is an empty palette that I used to put in, I think from earlier in this video, we decluttered all of my single shadows. So this is all that we have left of the single shadows. And now I'm gonna hop ahead down here, because I have this kind of sentimental palette from MAC. These are all MAC singles, but my boyfriend at the time, now fiance, worked together with me at the MAC counter to create this palette. And it was really sentimental, but like I never used the palette in this packaging. So I kind of want to just go ahead and pull the singles out and just put them in here so that I have all of my single shadows in kind of one spot. And I think there's enough room to have them all fit in here. So that's going to be done, but I've already decluttered all the single shadows, so that's where those are going to go. All right, next we have the Sephora Pro Cool palette, and I wanted this for so long. It looked so like nice. I do like this. Okay, I think I'm gonna hold on to this one as well. Alrighty, next, moving on. So this is the Midas Cosmetics Flower Bomb palette. And, you know, Midas is closing down. I liked this palette, but it's not like my favorite palette in the world, right? So I think I'm gonna clean this up. I bought this with my own money, so I'm gonna clean this up and probably sell this one. Next, I have a couple of palettes from Carity. This one I definitely want to keep, the Smoke palette. This is really pretty. It's just a really pretty rainbow palette. I'm gonna keep this one. The Picante palette, it's a bunch of warm neutral. It's a pretty palette, but I know for sure, like, I have these colors in my collection. So this one's gonna get decluttered. And once we have room, I'm gonna like stack the palettes I'm keeping, because I'm hopefully gonna reorganize all of this. So I wanna like stack them along the back once we have room to do that. And next, all right, we got the ABH palettes next. Well, first, this is a dupe palette. This is from Bad Habit. Remember Bad Habit back in the day? So this was the dupe for the Subculture palette, and I still like this. So I want to keep this one because I loved Subculture. I panned the whole palette, but I really need to be strict about the rest of these ABH palettes. So let me scoot this back. Yeah, scoot those. Beautiful. All right. So the one I know I definitely want to keep is the original Norvina. I actually really like this palette. It's really pretty. I love the tones in here. I love the colors. We're keeping that. Oh, let's flip these so we can actually see the spines. Okay, so Alyssa Edwards Soft Glam. The Alyssa Edwards palette I don't use. I mean, I gouged out the black shade to use it to franken something, but I don't use this palette. This one, I don't know if anyone would buy it without the black shade, but you know, I'm gonna clean it up and I'm gonna sell that one. Sultry. I'm gonna open all of these up so I can really see them like side by side. Riviera, Soft Glam. You know, kind of same thing. I remember getting Riviera. I was so excited to get colorful shades in ABH's formula, but this really is just like, compared to the rest of my collection, right? It's just like, okay. So this one I'm gonna clean up and sell. Now looking at Soft Glam and Sultry together, I gotta say, I really like Sultry. I also scraped out the black shade in here to use it to franken with, but I really like these shades. I'm gonna keep Sultry. I'm going back and forth on Soft Glam, right? Like, it's pretty, but like I've got these shades elsewhere, right? Should I also scrape out the black? I don't need the black. All right, I'm gonna sell it. I'm so proud of myself. I'm being really harsh here. I don't need it just to complete like a collection of something, whatever. And you know what? While we're at it, I only keep this palette because of the packaging. It's adorable. I never like use these shades. This is the Meet Matrimony. So I'm gonna cut off this and just use the top as a mirror so I can keep the cute packaging, but I never use the shades, so that's what's happening. Oh, this is a palette I actually really love. This is the Kylie Cosmetics Peach Extended palette. It's actually a beautiful peach palette. Keeping that one. Turn that way, please. All right, so Melt. We've got the Smoke Sessions palette. Do I use this? You know, I really don't. I'm gonna declutter this one. Wow, I'm surprised with myself. I didn't think I would do that. This is the 27 palette, and it's really pretty. I haven't really used it all too much. I'm gonna keep this one. And one that I actually really like, the Millennial Pinks palette. It's just, I like the way that they paired the pink with the black and the silver. It's just cute. So I hate how messy it gets, but it's a cute palette. Next, we have this Elf and Chipotle palette. I am shocked by how much I loved this. It's so cute, and it's like really good quality. So definitely keeping that one. Oh, well, there goes an ABH palette. Nope, not ABH, KVD palette. Next, I've got my tin palettes from Too Faced. I think I'm going to keep all of them. This is the Pumpkin Spice palette, which I bought from one of my friends here on YouTube. It's actually really pretty. I wish they would go back to these tin palettes, because like the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette, this is actually one of my favorite palettes of all time. And I almost bought this again just because that Luscious shade, it's like almost gone. It's like my favorite shade in the whole palette. So I almost bought this again. I might still. But this one I'm keeping because I do love that. And then this one I wanted for so long and they discontinued it and I couldn't find it, and I finally found it at a Marshall's. And do I use it? No, I need to make an effort to use this palette because I wanted it for so long and it's really cute. And I do like the old Too Faced tin palettes. Okay, and this one I actually just bought again. I brought it into my collection, the Naked 3 palette. I love this palette. I had it and I lent it to a family member who kept it and I missed it, so I bought it again. So definitely keeping that one. Again, another Midas palette. This is the Lemonade palette. It's a cute yellow palette, but again, the company's out of business and I think I've got other yellow shades, so I'm gonna declutter this one. This handbook for the recently deceased, it's not like great makeup wise, but I love it just for the aesthetic. So I'm gonna keep that for mainly decoration, not for actual makeup. And then this one, the Menagerie Cosmetics Pastel Pup palette. Like I wanted this for so long and then I finally bought it and then like, I don't need it. Like I really don't. That was silly of me. So this is gonna get decluttered. Zoeva. So this was a gift from one of my friends and I've never really tried the Zoeva formula. And I haven't, honestly, I don't think I've touched this. So I need to actually try it before I declutter it. So we're gonna hold on to it. And these you can pry from my cold dead fingers. I love the original Lorac Pro palettes so much. These are palettes 1, 2, and 3. And they're seriously so good. I love these palettes. I'll just take a moment to appreciate them. Yeah, a little beat up, a little messy. I think I'm gonna go through and clean my palettes too while I reorganize everything. Alright, the Kylie Cosmetics Calm Before the Storm. I actually love this palette. It's really cute, it's concise, it's pastel, it's beautiful. It's been my go-to pastel palette for years now. This was a gift from a friend too, the Lime Crime Venus 3 palette. Really cute. I haven't used it too much, so I think I need to use this also a few more times before making a final decision on that. Alright, bringing down some of these smaller palettes. Okay, so I've got this Kat Von D Anniversary palette. It's really pretty. I think I did a video on it back in the day, but it's really pretty mainly because of the packaging, right? I think I'm gonna declutter this. I'm getting rid of it. And this is an older palette from Kat Von D, and I really like the tones in here. I like the packaging, I like the tones, so I'm gonna keep this one. All right, and this is the other Kat Von D palette. This is the, actually I don't even know what it's called, but it's pretty, so I think I'm gonna hold on to this one. Okay, let's do a few smaller palettes next. These two, I definitely bought like for the aesthetic and for the packaging. These are the Makeup Revolution and Corpse Bride collection palettes. These small palettes, they were just okay. So decluttering this one. And this is the other small palette. Cute packaging, but yeah, the quality was meh. This is a palette where I bought this because I thought it was a dupe for Charlotte Tilbury quad, and then I was like, oh, I'll hold on to it until I do a full face of Flower Beauty, and I don't know if I'm ever gonna get around to a full face of Flower Beauty, and even so, this palette is just okay. So I'm gonna declutter this one. Okay, so now these are palettes from Midas that I love, and I can't get rid of them. These are from their little coffee collection. So this is the Green Tea Macchiato quad. It is beautiful. This is the Decaf Chocolate Raspberry quad. How adorable is this? And then my absolute favorite, the Pumpkin Spice Latte. It actually looks pumpkin spicy. So those I have to keep. I love those so much. This Huda Nude Light palette, it is really pretty. But I don't reach for it that often. When I do reach for it, I get a really pretty look though. Okay, I'll hold on to that for just a little bit longer. This is a palette from an indie brand out of Puerto Rico called Necromancy Cosmetica, and I'm in love with it. It's called A Gothic Romance, and it looks like a book, and then you open it up, and you've got, oh, it's upside down. And you've got this. It's stunning. Definitely holding on to this one. This is a palette from Jouer that I got from a friend, and it's basically a palette of toppers. I don't reach for it that often. There's another palette I reach for more that's all toppers, so I'm gonna declutter this one. These two palettes I love and I'm definitely going to keep. The first one is the Lethal is Dead, the Lethal Cosmetics and Teresa is Dead collab palette. It's just really, really pretty. And then the other one is the Shroud Cosmetics and Butte Bean palette that took me like 8 months to get. So I love this palette, also keeping it. I also really love this Sugar Pill palette. It's the perfect size, I think. Their colors are really, really adorable. And I wanted to get their second palette. They have a second palette from here, so I want to keep that one. Let's see, Take Me to Santorini. This is cute, but I don't really use it. I'm gonna declutter this one. I've got a couple Kylie palettes. This is the Kylie Halloween palette that I still actually really like. I think it's one of the most unique palettes they've come up with. And then this palette is the Blue Honey palette. It's, I think, the first Kylie product I ever bought. And I'm surprised at how much I still like this. I do, okay. We'll keep that one. And then I've got this Milani palette. Oh, this is so pretty. Like, I just opened it up and I was like, oh, this is pretty. I have to keep it. I like this. Okay. We're gonna hold on to that one. This is a slight spoiler alert, but anything from Lunatic Cosmetic Labs I am keeping. I do love their products. And this is a palette that swings open. And it looks like that. It's beautiful. I love this. This is the e.l.f. Mad for Matte 2 palette. I actually still really, really like this palette. I'm gonna keep this one. This is the other palette. This is from Ciate London. This is the other palette of toppers I was talking about. It's pretty. It is a little messy. Do I want to keep this? I'm gonna declutter it. This is a palette from Buxom. And I'm really glad I got to try the formula, but compared to everything else in my collection, it's just all right. So I'm gonna declutter this one. Okay, and then we've got some Wet n Wild palettes. These are like my favorites of like their Color Icon 10-pan palettes. This is the Boo Crew, which was a Halloween collection from a few years ago, which has the best drugstore black shadow, like ever. I've got that. This is the Nude Awakening palette. It's basically soft glam from ABH, but very pretty. And then we have, what is this one? Lights Off. And I mainly just love that like green on the end and the really pretty shimmers in here. So I've tried a bunch more, but I've narrowed it down, and those are the Wet n Wilds that I like to keep. Alright, next I've got these cute fun-sized Violet Voss palettes that a friend of mine gifted to me. This is the Holy Grail. And then we've got the Le Macaron, which is really shiny, and then the Limeade. I don't use the Macaron and the Limeade, really, so I think I'm gonna declutter these two, and I want to keep the Holy Grail. All right, so these are a bunch of palettes that were sent in PR. You can barely see them, but all of the Shop Miss A, like trios and quads. I reviewed all of these in this pile in one of my previous review roundup videos. If I can find it, I'll throw it up in the cards. But personally, like for my own use, I know I don't need to keep all of these, so I'm gonna like go through and really just like pick the ones that I like this green quad. I like this one. This is from the Fairy Garden collection. It's really pretty. I'm gonna keep that one, and I think the rest from the Fairy Garden are going to be decluttered. These are from the Orbit collection, and I don't know if there's anything in here that really jumped out at me. Yeah, the Orbit one is like the ones with the round kind of pizza pie shaped pans. Gonna declutter those. These Pawpaw quads are like really good quality. If you're on a budget and you want something really good quality, I would say go with the Pawpaw quads over just about everything else. Because they're also very neutral, so you can wear them to school, wear them to work. I really like the shimmers in this formula, so I think I'm going to. So I think I'll keep these two from the Pawpaw collection and declutter the other two. I think I have to say, like, the trios are my least favorite of the AOA eyeshadows, just because there's like a slight difference in formula between these and the rest of them. So I would say avoid these ones, and I'm gonna declutter them. And then this last pile, these are from the Flower Child collection. And again, I love the greens. Keep the green. And then there's a purple, a blue, and a pink, and I'm just not as big of a fan of those shades, and I know I have them elsewhere, so those all declutter, but they're really good quality. For Shop Miss A, last but not least, I was also sent these, like the bite-sized kind of quads in PR, but I haven't tested these yet, so I need to actually try them before I make a decision on those. This is a Viseart palette that was a gift from a friend of mine, and these are really pretty shades, even though they are all matte. I'm gonna keep this one. Now we're getting into ColourPop. I've got some ColourPop palettes. These two are really sentimental to me and they're really good quality. The Sailor Moon palette is just really pretty. I do love this palette. So I'm keeping that one. And then my holy grail, the Good Sport palette. I'm shocked they ever discontinued this palette. This is like literally the perfect fall palette. I mean, even make it seasonal, bring it back every fall, but no. Honestly, I hate the way ColourPop does their business now, so I don't buy from them anymore. But I love this palette. And you can pry it, again, from my cold, dead fingies. Alright, I need to be harsh when it comes to these monochromatic palettes, because I keep them just in case, but what's the just in case? I don't use them. So I'm gonna get rid of all these. I'll sell them in a bundle. This is the Orangey Glad palette. That's gonna go. This is the Just My Luck palette. This is also gonna go. This is the Blue Moon palette. Bye bye. And this is the Blowin' Smoke palette. This is the last one I'm gonna keep. This is from the Star Wars collection. This is the Child palette, and I bought this from a friend of mine and not directly from ColourPop. But I love Star Wars, and this was actually really cute. So yeah, keeping that one. Yay, I'm happy with that. This is another Lunatic Cosmetic Labs palette that I'm 100% keeping. It is a heart that you open up and then it's just like this beautiful little quint. I love their palettes so much. So we're gonna keep that. All right, we've got some Tarte. We have the Spicy Betch palette, which was a gift from a friend of mine. And I gotta say, I like these shades. They're really cute, so I'll keep that one. This next one, the Young, Wild, and Free palette. I don't really use this one. I think I'm gonna declutter this one. Now, this palette from Alter Ego, this is the Goddess palette. It was pretty good quality, but this dupes a Natasha Denona palette that I now own, so I think I'm gonna declutter this one. Next, we have some Ace Beauté palettes, and honestly, these are all gorgeous, and I don't think I'm getting rid of any of them. This is the Grandioise palette, stunning. This is the Vintage Dawn palette, which, again, that is beautiful. Stunning. And then we have the Oceanic palette, and once more, that is beautiful. So yeah, so I'm gonna keep all those Ace Beauté. All right, this Pretty Vulgar palette, it was one of those, again, where I wanted it for so long, and like I finally got my hands on it, and it just ended up being like, okay, it's definitely just hype. So that's gonna get decluttered. This is the Divina and Angelica Nyqvist collab palette, and I really do like the shades, so keeping that. All right, the two Pure palettes, I'm gonna keep. I actually really like these. This is the Soiree Diaries palette, and it's one of the best neutral palettes I own. I love this palette. Keeping that. And then the Pure Defense palette. Can I hold this up? I do like these shades. They're really pretty. The shimmers in here are stunning, so I'm gonna keep, yeah, we'll keep that. All right, moving on. My friend gifted me the Sound Cosmetics palettes. They're really pretty. Okay, so this one's a bit more neutrally though. Oh, I like this one. This one has some really pretty pops of color. That kind of looks like a Kylie palette. I don't know if I would use, actually, those shimmers look really pretty. Okay, I think I'm gonna keep those two and I'll declutter this one. Got a couple BH Cosmetics. Oh, but first, Makeup a Murder. I love their brand. I actually need to buy more. They have more palettes out. But this was their first eyeshadow palette, and I love the entire aesthetic of the brand and the shades and the quality. Keeping that. We have the BH Cosmetics Party in Puerto Rico palette, which I 100% just bought because I'm Puerto Rican, but it's beautiful. I like it, so keeping that one. I'm going to surprise myself. This is the Avocado Toast palette. I am going to declutter this. It's just okay, right? I don't reach for it. I bought it because I'm a millennial and I like green eyeshadow. And yeah, don't need it. Alrighty, a green eyeshadow on the other hand that I need in my life. This is the Give Me Glow Juicy Olive palette. This is the most beautiful, stunning green shadows I have ever seen. 100% keeping those. Alright, and once more, to the surprise of no one, all of these Lunatic Cosmetic palettes I am keeping. This is the Descendants palette, which I believe was like their first like neutral palette, but I just love the way this is laid out. I love the shades. Beautiful. Next we have the Elvira palette, which is once more stunning. Look at that. I have no words. And then we have the Vampira palette, which, again, beautiful, stunning. just each palette is like a little mini work of art. I love it. Now this one I went back and forth on because the palette, it's pretty decent. I think it's the best palette out of the Makeup Revolution and Corpse Bride collection. It is kind of a pain in the butt to like open up like this because that's how you have to open it up. But I like the shades and I love the packaging. Yeah, I mean, I got rid of the rest of the collection, so I think I'll hold on to this one. I can do that. Next, this is an Urban Decay palette. This is also a gift from a friend, and this reminds me of like what Urban Decay used to be, right? I do love this palette. We're keeping that one 100%. I then have my only full-size Pat McGrath palette. It's really pretty. Okay, we're keeping it. We're keeping it because she was expensive and because she's pretty, and she's got some really nice shades in there, but I don't know if I'd buy another one. Last but not least, these are my Natasha palettes. My Natasha Denona collection has definitely grown. And I don't think I'm getting rid of any of these, if I'm being quite honest with you guys. These are the minis. I like keeping the minis. I like reviewing the minis. I like that they are just as high quality as the full-size palettes. So yeah, we're gonna keep those. And then I'll show you the full-size palettes. This is the newest one to my collection. She brought back the Gold and Metropolis palettes for a limited time, and I finally got my hands on it. This is a beautiful palette. Keeping. Next, we have a few of her MIDI palettes. This is the Sunrise palette. Beautiful. This is the Retro palette. Also stunning. This is the Pastel palette, which is just adorable to me. Like, love that palette. This is the Metropolis palette, which is the grungy rainbow of my dreams. Can't get over how much I like that. This is the original. This is the Sunset palette. I had to scrape and scrimp and save for like a year to buy this. Yeah, I should rearrange this palette though. I think I need to do that. Next we have the Circle Local palette. Then we have the Trichrome palette. This was a gift from my fiance for my birthday last year. And last, I think this is like really the only Natasha regret that I have, but I'm petty and I don't want to just get rid of it. This is the Green Brown palette. This thing was way too much money and it's way too big. It's huge, honestly. I hit pan in some shades. I think I used this in the first or second Harry Potter project pan that I did. But yeah, if I could go back in time and not buy this, I probably would, but I'm not getting rid of it. It was just too much money. So these are all the eyeshadow palettes I am keeping, and we will clean and reorganize them on this table later. And I know it's messy, but these are the eyeshadow palettes that I decluttered. I'm actually really proud of myself. I'm glad I was able to get rid of this many. I will throw up a final count of how many I decluttered up here. And I think it's finally time that everything's decluttered. We can actually go through and clean and organize everything. And it is done. I am sitting here. I just finished editing the whole video up until this point, and I'm slowly realizing I have filmed and edited a feature-length video. This is like a film. But it's done. Well, not really done. Okay, in all actuality, I've got like 1 or 2 more organizers to order from Vanity Collections, and it's going to take a little bit. But I'm so happy with where we are right now. I love the new inserts. I love that I finally did like a big declutter. I love how everything turned out. So as for my makeup rut, how do I feel about it? I feel like I'm mostly out of it. Like I feel a lot more inspired. I feel really creative, and I'm actually excited to keep doing my makeup, work on all my current projects, and to pick up some new products. Because in all actuality, like I really haven't been buying a lot of makeup this whole year, really. So I'm excited to keep going and get back into it. So yes, I'm glad I did this whole process. I'm shocked by how long it took. Because for you, what is it? You're seeing like a 2.5-hour video, right? Which I still can't believe. This took me like almost a month altogether between like buying everything, decluttering everything, organizing, cleaning. About a month. Wow. So that's it. Thank you. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys like this kind of long, a lot different video. Let me know down below what you thought, and if you've been in a makeup rut recently and what's helped you. Thank you guys for watching, and I cannot wait to see you in my next much shorter video. Bye.